why the world resists the chosen ones. They call you different, too intense, too quiet, too bold, too much. You walk into a room and the energy shifts, not because you demand attention, but because your presence speaks louder than words. You are a chosen one, and that title carries weight. But here's the truth no one tells you. Being chosen doesn't mean being celebrated. It often means being misunderstood, rejected, even disliked. Why? First, you reflect what others hide. Your authenticity isn't just a trait, it's a mirror. When you walk into a space, you don't need to speak for people to feel something shift. That shift is discomfort, yes, but it's also awakening. You carry truth in your presence, and that truth exposes the masks others wear to survive. You don't play along with the illusions. You don't pretend. And because of that, your existence becomes a silent confrontation. People may flinch at your honesty, not because you've harmed them, but because you've reminded them of what they've buried. Your clarity unsettles their confusion. Your self-awareness highlights their avoidance. You mirror the parts of themselves they're not ready to face, the wounds they've ignored, the dreams they've abandoned, the lies they've told themselves to feel safe. And in doing so, you become a catalyst. Not everyone will thank you for that. Some will resist, some will project, some will walk away. But here's the truth no one tells you. That resistance is not rejection of you. It's a reaction to their own reflection. You're not the villain in their story. You are the invitation to healing. Chosen one, you're not too much. You're not too intense. You're not wrong for being real. You are a lighthouse in a world that often prefers the fog. And yes, that means you'll stand alone sometimes. It means you'll be misunderstood, even feared. But that also means you are powerful beyond measure. Your presence awakens, your words liberate, your silence speaks. You were never meant to blend in, you were born to stand out. Not for attention, but for impact. You carry a frequency that heals, a vision that sees beyond the surface, and a soul that refuses to settle. So when the world pushes back, don't shrink. When they misunderstand you, don't bend. When they walk away, let them. Because the ones who are meant to rise with you will recognize you not by your appearance, but by your energy. They'll feel seen in your presence. They'll feel safe in your truth. Keep shining. Keep walking. Keep choosing yourself. Because the world doesn't need more copies, it needs you. Exactly as you are.
Your engagement amplifies this message. Sharing it to others who need to hear it takes it further and makes your social environment a better place. And if you feel this truth is stirring in your spirit, drop a 77 in the comments below. That number carries divine energy, signaling to the universe that you're ready to stand out to your calling as a chosen one. Stay with me until the end, because this message is meant for you, and it will change everything.
Second, you challenge the status quo. You don't follow blindly, not because you're rebellious, but because you're awake. You see through the cracks in the system, the flaws in tradition, the blind spots in belief. You ask the questions others are afraid to voice. You refuse to accept this is how it's always been as a valid reason to continue. And that makes you dangerous, not because you seek destruction, but because you seek truth. You are a disruptor of comfort zones. You shake foundations not out of malice, but out of necessity. You understand that growth requires discomfort, and that silence often protects the very things that need to be dismantled. Whether it's cultural norms, family dynamics, religious dogma, or societal expectations, you refuse to bow to what no longer serves humanity. You are the voice that says, "Why?" when others whisper, "Just accept it." And because of that, you will be labeled difficult, defiant, disrespectful. But those labels are not reflections of your character, They are shields used by those who fear change. You are not the problem. You are the solution they're not ready for. Chosen one, you are not wrong for seeing what others ignore. You are not arrogant for refusing to conform. You are not alone in your fire. You are a pioneer, a trailblazer, a sacred rebel. And though the path you walk may be steep and lonely, it is also holy. You were not born to repeat history. You were born to rewrite it. You were not sent to preserve broken systems. You were sent to birth new ones. Your voice may tremble. Your steps may falter. But your mission is divine. Every time you speak truth to power, you plant seeds of liberation. Every time you refuse to stay silent, you break generational chains. So keep questioning, keep challenging, keep disrupting. Because the world doesn't change through comfort, it changes through courage. And you, chosen one, are the embodiment of that courage. Let them call you dangerous. Because in a world built on silence, truth is the most dangerous thing of all, and you were born to speak it. Third, your energy is intense. You vibrate higher, not because you try to, but because it's who you are. You carry a frequency that doesn't just enter a room, it shifts it. People feel you before you speak. Your presence stirs something deep, something ancient, something sacred. And yet, that intensity is often met with confusion, discomfort, even fear. Why? Because most people are used to diluted energy. They're accustomed to interactions that skim the surface, relationships that avoid depth, and conversations that never touch the soul. But you bring depth. You bring clarity. You bring truth. And truth, when it's pure and unfiltered, can be overwhelming. Your energy reveals what's stagnant. It awakens what's asleep. It disrupts what's numb. And for those who aren't ready to rise, your vibration feels like pressure. They may call you too much, too sensitive, too deep, but what they really mean is, I don't know how to hold what you carry. You are not intimidating. You are illuminating. And illumination always exposes what's been hidden. Chosen one, you are not too much. You are not too heavy. You are not wrong for vibrating at a frequency that others can't reach. You are a tuning fork for truth, a lighthouse for lost souls, a reminder of what it means to feel deeply and live fully. Your energy is a gift. It heals, it awakens, it transforms. And yes, it may repel those who aren't ready, but it will also attract those who are. The ones who feel you and don't flinch. The ones who hear your silence and understand. The ones who see your light and rise with it. So don't dim yourself to fit in. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. Don't apologize for the way your soul sings. You were never meant to be background noise. You were born to be a symphony. Keep vibrating higher, because every time you do, you remind the world that there is more depth, more truth, more love, more light. And that reminder is your sacred offering.
Fourth, you don't need validation. You move with inner conviction, guided not by applause, but by alignment. You don't chase approval because you've already made peace with your truth. That kind of self-assurance is rare, and it's unsettling to those who haven't found it within themselves. In a world addicted to likes, praise, and permission, your independence is revolutionary. You don't wait for consensus before you act. You don't bend your values to fit in. You don't dilute your essence to be accepted. And that makes you a mirror, one that reflects the insecurity of those who rely on external affirmation to feel worthy. People may call you arrogant, aloof, or difficult, but what they're really saying is, I don't understand how you stand so firmly without needing me to agree. Your strength threatens their dependency. Your clarity exposes their confusion. Your self-trust reminds them of the trust they've never built within themselves. But here's the truth.
Your conviction is not arrogance, it's alignment. And alignment is the highest form of integrity. Chosen one, you are not cold, you are not distant, you are not wrong for trusting your inner compass more than the crowd's opinion. You are a soul who remembers its own voice, and that voice is sacred. You don't need validation because you've already been validated by the divine. You don't seek approval because you were born approved. You don't chase acceptance because you've accepted yourself, and that is your power. So when they misunderstand you, let them. When they question your confidence, stay rooted. When they try to shake your foundation, stand taller. Because your conviction is a lighthouse for those still lost in the fog of doubt. Your self-trust is a permission slip for others to begin trusting themselves. And your refusal to be defined by others is a declaration of freedom. Keep walking in your truth, because the world doesn't need more people-pleasers. It needs more soul-led leaders. And you, chosen one, are exactly that. Fifth, you're not easily manipulated. You see through games, lies, and emotional traps, not because you're cynical, but because you're awake. Your discernment is sharp. Your intuition is loud. You read between the lines, hear what's not being said, and sense the energy behind the words. You don't fall for flattery, guilt tactics, or false promises. You've learned to trust your gut more than the surface. And that makes you a threat to those who thrive on control. Manipulators rely on confusion, emotional dependency, and blind loyalty. But you ask questions, you set boundaries, you walk away when something feels off. You don't play along with power games, and you don't let others write your story. That kind of clarity is dangerous to those who build their influence on deception. They may call you difficult, uncooperative, or cold, but what they're really saying is, I can't bend you to my will. You are not cold, you are clear. You are not uncooperative, you are sovereign. You are not difficult, you are discerning. And that discernment is your protection. Chosen one, you are not paranoid. You are not harsh. You are not wrong for trusting your instincts over sweet-sounding lies. You are a guardian of truth, a protector of your own peace, and a soul who refuses to be played. Your ability to see through manipulation is not a flaw, it's a gift. It means you've done the inner work. It means you've healed enough to recognize unhealthy patterns. It means you've chosen self-respect over approval. And that choice is sacred. So when they try to guilt you, don't bend. When they twist your words, stay grounded. When they play games, walk away. Because your clarity is a boundary. Your intuition is a compass, and your refusal to be controlled is a revolution. Keep trusting your inner truth, because the world doesn't need more people-pleasers. It needs more protectors of integrity. And you, chosen one, are exactly that.
Sixth, you trigger insecurity. Not because you boast, not because you seek attention, but because your confidence is rooted in something deeper: self-awareness, purpose, and peace. Even when you're silent, your energy speaks. Even when you're humble, your presence commands respect. You don't need to prove yourself, because you already know who you are. And that quiet certainty unsettles those who haven't yet found their own. In a world where many measure worth by comparison, your self-assurance becomes a mirror. It reflects what others feel they lack. Your success, your clarity, your calm, all of it reminds them of the work they've avoided, the dreams they've delayed, the truth they've denied. And instead of rising with you, they try to pull you down. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because your light exposes their shadows. They may gossip, they may compete, they may try to dim your shine, but none of it is truly about you. It's about their own unhealed wounds. You are not the cause of their insecurity.
You are simply the catalyst. Chosen one, you are not intimidating. You are inspiring. You are not too much. You are a reminder of what's possible. Your presence may stir discomfort, but it also stirs awakening. And that awakening is your gift to the world, even if it's not always received with grace. You don't need to shrink to make others feel safe. You don't need to dim your light to be accepted. You don't need to apologize for knowing your worth, because your confidence is not a threat, it's a beacon. It shows others that self-trust is possible, that healing is real, that peace can be found. So when they try to tear you down, rise higher. When they misunderstand you, stay rooted. When they compete, keep creating. Because your confidence is not just for you, it's for those who are watching silently, hoping to find the courage to believe in themselves too. Keep shining, because the world doesn't need more self-doubt, it needs more souls who dare to stand tall. And you, chosen one, are one of them. Seventh, you're a mirror of potential. Your growth, your evolution, your transformation, it's not just personal, it's symbolic. It reflects what others could become if they chose to rise, if they chose to heal, if they chose to do the inner work. You don't preach, you don't push, you simply live your truth. And in doing so, you become a living example of what's possible. But not everyone wants to evolve. Growth requires discomfort. It demands accountability. It asks people to confront their fears, their patterns, their wounds. And for many, that's too much. So instead of being inspired by your journey, they feel threatened by it. Your progress becomes a reminder of their stagnation. Your courage highlights their avoidance. Your light makes their shadows harder to ignore. Some will admire you quietly. Others will resent you loudly. But none of it is truly about you. It's about what you represent. You are a mirror. And mirrors don't lie. They simply reflect. To every chosen one whose growth unsettles others, you are not responsible for their resistance. You are not arrogant for evolving. You are not wrong for choosing healing over hiding. You are a soul who said yes to transformation, and that yes is sacred. Your journey is your testimony. Your progress is your offering. Your light is your legacy. And even if others aren't ready to follow, your path still matters. Because somewhere, someone is watching. Someone is awakening. Someone is gathering the courage to begin because you showed them it's possible. So keep growing, even when it's lonely, even when it's misunderstood, even when it's met with envy. Because your evolution is not just for you. It's for every soul who needs proof that change is real, that healing is possible, and that greatness begins with a choice. You are the mirror, and your reflection is a gift. Would you like this turned into a personal growth manifesto or a visual affirmation for daily motivation?
Your engagement amplifies this message. Sharing it to others who need to hear it takes it further and makes your social environment a better place. And if you feel this truth is stirring in your spirit, drop a 77 in the comments below. That number carries divine energy, signaling to the universe that you're ready to stand out to your calling as a chosen one. Stay with me until the end, because this message is meant for you, and it will change everything.
Eighth, you don't fit in boxes. You're not easily labeled, and that alone makes people uncomfortable. Society loves neat categories, predictable roles, fixed identities, clear definitions. But you are fluid. You are layered. You are paradoxical in the most beautiful way. You're spiritual, but grounded. You believe in higher realms, yet you walk with both feet planted firmly on earth. You're kind, but fierce. Your heart is open, but your boundaries are strong. You're wise, yet playful, quiet, yet powerful. You are a walking contradiction, and that's exactly what makes you whole. People try to define you, but you slip through their fingers. They want to understand you, but you're not here to be understood. You're here to be experienced.
Your essence can't be captured in a single word, role, or identity, and that unsettles those who find safety in simplicity. They may call you confusing, too complex, or hard to read, but what they really mean is, I can't control what I can't categorize. You are not meant to be boxed. You are meant to expand. To you, chosen one, who feels too multifaceted for the world, you are not scattered. You are not inconsistent. You are not too much of anything. You are a soul in full bloom, expressing every shade, every layer, every truth without apology. Your complexity is not a flaw. It's a masterpiece. You carry multitudes because you were never meant to live a one-dimensional life. You are the bridge between worlds, the harmony between opposites, the embodiment of balance in motion. So when they try to define you, smile. When they ask you to choose, refuse. When they say you don't make sense, know that you were never meant to. Because your existence is a reminder that the soul is vast, that truth is layered, and that freedom begins where labels end. Keep being all that you are, because the world doesn't need more boxes. It needs more beings who dare to be whole. And you, chosen one, are the living proof. Ninth, you carry a calling. It's not something you chose. It chose you. It lives in your bones, whispers in your dreams, and pulses through your presence. Even when you're silent, your purpose speaks. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to prove it. People feel it. They sense the weight of your destiny, the depth of your insight, the quiet authority of your soul. And yet, that calling can provoke discomfort. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because your clarity reminds others of their confusion. Your direction highlights their drift. Your sense of mission exposes their lack of one. Those who haven't found their path may resent yours, not because they hate you, but because they haven't yet learned to love themselves. You may notice the subtle resistance, the envy disguised as critique, the distance that grows when you step into your power, the tension that arises when you speak with conviction. But none of it is truly about you. It's about what you represent. You are living proof that purpose is real, that alignment is possible, that destiny is not a myth, and that truth can be hard to face for those still searching.
To every chosen one who walks with a calling, you are not arrogant for knowing your path. You are not intimidating for walking it boldly. You are not alone in your fire. You are a soul on assignment, sent to awaken, to heal, to build, to lead. Your calling may isolate you at times. It may make you the target of projection, misunderstanding, even rejection. But that's only because your light reveals what others have yet to discover in themselves. Don't dim it. Don't doubt it. Don't delay it. You were not born to blend in. You were born to blaze trails. So when the world grows quiet, listen deeper. When others pull away, walk forward. When your purpose feels heavy, remember, it's sacred. You are not just living, you are fulfilling. And every step you take in alignment is a ripple that awakens others. Keep walking, because the world doesn't need more wanderers. It needs more way-showers. And you, chosen one, are exactly that. So know, they may not like you, but that's not your burden to carry. You weren't chosen to be liked. You were chosen to lead, to awaken, to heal, to disrupt. Let them misunderstand you. Let them gossip. Let them doubt. Because while they talk, you transform. And that, chosen one, is your true power. You were not born to shrink. You were born to stand out, to speak truth, to carry light. Your calling is not a burden, it's your crown. Even in silence, your purpose echoes. Even in solitude, your presence shifts atmospheres. Yes, some will misunderstand you. Some will resist your fire. But that's because your clarity confronts their confusion. Don't take it personally, take it as confirmation. You are a soul on assignment. You are a mirror of possibility. You are proof that destiny is real. So walk with power, speak with conviction, live with intention. The world needs your voice. Your path is sacred. Your time is now. Carry yourself like the chosen one you are, because you are. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel.